Okay, everybody, we're calling to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A video recording of the meeting can be seen here 24 hours after the meeting. Call to the community. This is the time for citizens who would like to address the commission on any non-agenda item. Action taken as a result of public comment will be limited to asking staff to review the matter, asking that the matter be put on a future agenda, or responding to criticism. There's no one from the community here, correct?
Correct.
Nobody virtual? Okay. Is there somebody virtually, or is that just the AI that records?
That's just us and then a commissioner face, yeah.
Response to call to the community.
There were no requests to speak at the last meeting.
No request to speak, so there's no response.
Correct.
Staff reports. Community and Recreation Services Monthly Report. Presenter Tricia Kramer, Director of Community and Recreation Services.
Thank you, Chairman Taddy. Nice to see you all, commissioners. Rec this past month has been pretty active in our planning. Aquatics, the pool is closed to the public, but Odyssey Swim Team is still holding their practices and their swim meets at the rec center pool. So our lifeguard staff and our new aquatics coordinator, Georgia, have been busy making sure that they're accommodated. We're actually still receiving requests for pool parties. So new this year, we're accommodating people through the end of October for pool party requests. They do pay for lifeguards to be on staff and to rent the facility. So that is a small amount of revenue generation for us. And it's serving the demands of the community, so we're happy to do so. Once we hit that point where we might have to turn the heat on for the water, then it would put that out of range for people. So through the end of October is what we estimate. Preschoolers are doing well, off to a great start this year. We had our our annual state inspection on August 21st, and all went well with that, very smoothly, and received some nice feedback on how organized our preschool teachers were, so that was great to hear. For community services activities, we are preparing for the next flag raising ceremony, which is a week from today, September 18th at 8:15 a.m. to honor the U.S. Air Force. It should be a nice ceremony. Our preschoolers are going to come out to it. So we're very excited to have them come out and have that experience. Lots of airmen will be here. There's a good contingent from the Air Force. So it should be a nice event, and hopefully we get a lot of community support out there. I know it's a weekday and a lot of people work, but hopefully those that are around will join us. And we're currently working on our Fall City Line newsletter, which should go out that first week in October, gathering articles from staff and council members at the moment. I'll jump to special events, and then we can round it out with Patton Sports. We've got our fall movie nights lined up at Jackie Robinson. First one's coming up on September 28th. We're doing Migration, and actually Waste Management WM is our sponsor for that. So we're looking forward to putting on those free movies for families again this fall.
What is that movie?
Migration. It's an animated one about a family of birds ducks that travels. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
But I recall the commercials and had some really good reviews. has your family seen it?
Kids loved it.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
it had a lot of good, ratings, so we're looking forward to that one. Community Affairs Farmers Market, we're working with them to get started up, in the south lot at the rec center. So kind of working through the paperwork with them to make sure that they have the permitting they need from us, and the special events application is completed, and then the plan is for them to be out every Saturday morning from 9 to noon, set up in that south lot. They have a lot of interest from vendors, so they're going to limit the spaces to the amount that they can fit in that parking lot, and so sometimes it'll be rotated out. So it might be nice and fresh each week, too, in terms of not seeing the same old every week. So.
Is it going to be more of a true farmer's market versus what they do up in Waddell?
So hopefully, that's my understanding.
At
We'll
Canyon
watch
View?
it to
Good.
see.
Yeah.
It's not the people, the Canyon View people are different people.
Okay.
I do know that.
Okay.
And that's what we have requested of them, told them. We're looking for the produce, the
Mhm.
breads, the honeys,
Yeah.
the eggs, correct, so.
Versus what, I'm not familiar with.
Dog treats, candles, clothes, hats, jewelry.
Yeah.
There's
Almost like a flea
very,
market you're
there's
saying.
very little produce.
Yeah, so we
Like
did
maybe
tell them.
one thing.
Yeah, we did tell them that our focus is on the food items. Obviously, sometimes there's gonna be that sprinkled in, but
Mhm.
they know we have our own festivals. We don't need
And we don't need
that
food
kind of
trucks.
stuff
Yeah.
out there all the time, so we will see how it goes
Good.
and work with them to
Good.
hopefully get it to be what the community wants. And then, of course, Retro Bright tickets are on sale. Online, if you want to attend at the gate, it's $30 as opposed to $25.
Are you doing the
Little uptick.
babysitting again?
So we have decided not to do that.
Okay.
We're accommodating requests from Oktoberfest because at that point, a couple of years ago, the families knew that kids were invited. And when the Wigwam asked us to make it a 21 plus, we found that way to accommodate. But since we've just been marketing this as the 80s retro night 21 plus, we haven't had anybody that's asked for that
Okay.
quite yet. Not to say we wouldn't do it if it turns out that people like that. And then I will let Pat speak for that.
Thank you, Tricia. So sports is going well. We are going into week 2 of our coach pitch. We were out there Wednesday and Thursday nights over at Jackie Robinson. We worked with Little League to allow them to use Jackie Robinson for their coach pitch on the days that we're not using it. So they are there Monday, right now they're there Monday, Tuesday, and some Fridays, I believe, as well. So Jackie Robinson's getting some good use there. Today was picture day, so all the kids were out there and getting their pictures taken and getting with their teams. So they're enjoying the season. Our fall registration ended 2 weeks ago. We just had our fall coaches meeting last weekend, and they are starting practices this week. Some teams have been out there practicing and getting ready for our fall season. We have currently 561 kids registered in all 3 sports. 301 basketball, 160 t-ball, and then 100 in flag football. We are completely full in t-ball. Our 5 and 6 went from 6 teams the last 2 years, and this year we're able to make 8 teams. So we are completely full, and we have the wait list. We checked the other day, and we could have actually added probably two more teams in the divisions if we wanted to. So we're really excited to see those numbers. Hope those kids come back for when the winter opens, because we'll be doing t-ball again for not just 3-4 like we did last year, but we are adding 5 and 6 in the winter as well. So it's good to see what the numbers are. Last year, I think we had around 530 total at the start of the season. So we have 11 spots left in our basketball league, and we hope to get those filled before it starts. So hoping that number goes up, continues to go up. Our best fall session 1 youth pickleball, all 3 age groups were able to go this session. We have a total of 24 kids, which is the most we've had since starting the program. So it's good to see those numbers continue to rise, and the middle and the old age groups only had 2 spots left before they were maxed out at 12. So they each had 10, and then the younger age group had 4. So we're happy to see where those going. We tried the Skyhawks field hockey. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of registrations for the field hockey program, so we did have to cancel that. But the 9 and 12 stand volleyball, we were able to get 7 kids registered for that program and work with them to at least still hold that, hoping that get the word out for the next session, whatever that would be, to get those numbers up. Challenger soccer sports is coming back in the fall. They're the ones who do our summer soccer camp early June. They're offering fall break camps, so we're bringing them back out here for fall break, hoping get more kids since it's cooler weather and not what the summer kind of entails for that. But and then our adult cornhole tournament registration is open. We currently have 5 teams already registered, so you know, hoping to see
Scrapping
McBaggins come back out this year.
We'll have to rally the team.
Rally the team. I got an email that Commissioner Phillips might come back from.
I gotta get my
participate
partner.
again.
Yeah, I gotta get my
yeah.
partner.
That's
She
right.
by return since the inaugural season
Mhm.
tournament. So
What was
Yeah.
your team name?
A+, I believe.
Oh, yes, A+.
A+.
We were the worst ones there, but we.
You had so much fun.
You guys had so
It
much
was
fun.
way fun, but we stunk. We were bad.
So registration, we are accepting. You can email us people can email us team rosters, and we'll have our front office pay over the phone, or you can come into the rec and register in person. So, and that's pretty much all that I have so far. So.
Thank you, guys. Are there any questions? Public Works Monthly Report, presenter Kyle Ames, Director of Public Works.
Thank you, Chairman Toddy, members of the commission, nice to see everybody again. A few projects that are current or completed. The downtown palm lighting repair has been complete. We replaced 36 lights, if I'm not mistaken. They're just old, they've swelled over the years. So we went ahead and just repaired and replaced pretty much all those lights throughout the downtown district. The library lawn gazebo has been repaired. I think I mentioned last month's report that it was failing, so that has been completed. It'll actually be painted tomorrow, and then it's completely wrapped up. The Wigwam landscape project just east of Turtle Park is complete. We've added 45 new plants and about 35 tons of Madison Gold gravel through that area. Yeah, it turned out really nice, and we were really happy with the results. We are working on the new Palo Verde Redondo median. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but that current median had just a ton of loose gravel, no irrigation, no plants. So we were working with Aiken Gardner, who's our current contractor with Litchfield Square. They're going to be putting in some curb in our new water meter for us, and city staff will do the irrigation, turf, and tree placement in that median there. I know I put on here anticipated completion is 3 to 4 weeks. As I wrote this report, it's probably going to be closer to 5 to 6 weeks because we're having some issues we were having some issues finding the main water line that ran down Palo Verde. But luckily they were able to find it this week, so starting to move more on it now. We're working on adding an additional 30 to 35 hop seed shrubs along the North Wall and Scout Park. We've received multiple concerns, privacy concerns along that wall. That wall is very short. I think it's 5 feet. A lot of those residents that back up to Scout Park are stating concerns of people being able to look into their backyards there. So we're going to put some high shrubbery through there to kind of help with that. We are working on plant replacement along Litchfield Road inside the new development. We've lost plants due to just the heat and drought issues this summer. It's pretty common to lose about 15 to 30% of the new plants planted within the first year in a development. Sometimes they just don't adapt. You know, with the heat and drought, it just doesn't help. So this fall, we're going to be replacing all the plants that we've lost through that area. Overseeding will begin September 23rd, if the weather allows. I'm anticipating we'll probably start midweek next week. We're getting cooler nights, the 70s, which is the optimal time to start putting seed down. So we'll get started on that. I don't have seed delivery until the 23rd, so the scalping process will probably start next week, but we won't be able to put seed down until I receive it on the 23rd. And then West Coast, we're continuing with the California fan palm trimming. They're about 2 weeks behind, and that's just due to the monsoon activity we had in early August. That put them about 2 weeks behind with initial cleanup, and just the nature of the beast during that monsoon season. It just happens during the palm season. So as of now, they have about a week and a half left. I think all they have left is Litchfield Road, and we're complete with those. So other than that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
So I was just going to say, Litchfield Road is probably the last part of the...
Yeah, and usually we do that last because of the TCP is just traffic control. It's got to be reviewed by our city engineer and make sure everything's good with that, because they do a rolling traffic control because they move as they're going. So those were approved last week, so those have been submitted. So everything's ready to go. They just need to start the process.
Right on. Mr. Gertz?
Yeah, sort of a combo question, because it kind of relates to the city line and then also what isn't happening yet with the oranges needing to be picked. Might we in the city line remind people that the younger trees are ones that they may want to pick and eat, and then, you know, the bigger trees are ones that they're probably not going to enjoy, and it's kind of a twofer for us, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a possibility that we can mark them with some tree tape to let
some red tape.
residents know that these are edible, and these ones please take, you know. But yeah, we can definitely do something like that.
Okay.
Maybe we have something when we paint the trunks that we put like an orange stencil on them if they're edible. Oh, geez. That would be beyond our skill set.
We're getting better, though. I mean, it's been a couple of years, I
Or
bet.
just a band.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Business, approval of minutes. Tricia Kramer, Director of Community and Recreation Services.
Thank you, Chairman Taddy and Commissioners. The August 8th draft minutes are in your agenda packet. And we're happy to have the chairman entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Are there any questions? All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner Faith.
Story Walk Project. Vice Chair Phillips will present the Story Walk Project.
Thank you, and thank you, Tricia, for providing the background.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in Pine Top recently, and I don't know if you're familiar with Woodland Lake Park up there, but it's a really, really nice public city park. And I go every year, and this is the first year that I noticed that they had a story walk. And I just thought this is such a good idea for us. I personally am not a fan of those exercise routes because in my experience, and I was a PE teacher, nobody uses them and they just get vandalized and they're sort of out of date anyhow. So I thought this would be the perfect alternative to that up at La Loma, especially since there's, I think, going to be a library up there. That's an actual thing, and I sent an email with pictures that I took to you and Kyle and I think Randy. And Randy's familiar with them. He's got one in where he lives in Peoria and is involved with another one, and so then I did a little homework on him, and this lady named Dan Ferguson in Vermont started him, and you can, you know, kind of use her format, and you have to use the little story walk, you know, registered logo thing like Tricia did here. I mean, you can go off on your own, but basically you use pages of a book and you go along and you read or whatever. The one in Pine Top was great because it had interactive things like flap your arms like the birds until the next one. Well, my friend and I did that. We just about died. And one of them was like...
Did you take a video?
It was pretty funny. One of them was like, count the number of different birds that you hear between this one and the next one. You can do it with local art. I mean, communities, you know, can do it. Or you just do books and you can change them because they're in things on posts where you can just flip them in and out. But I just thought it's intergenerational, it stimulates vocabulary, it stimulates, you know, connection with nature. I mean, it could be a history one up there to begin with, tie in with the, what's it called? The Heritage Center, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always want to still call it Historical Society. So anyhow, Tricia was nice enough to give you a little bit of background information on them, and I would just say take a peek, see what you think. And, I mean, I know we're not, like, in any, you know, we don't have to decide what's happening up there anytime. Hopefully it will be soon, you know, in the next couple of years, but I would just think it would just be just a natural up there. Questions?
I think it's cool. I imagine it would be like, this year we have one thing. It would be a
It changes.
semi-permanent, like, this is gonna be up for, I don't know, 5 months or something, and then in the summer, it's probably not up, because, you know.
Well, I
the
mean,
summer-
but you can change them whenever you want.
Oh, we just change them out.
Yeah, yeah, they literally, the pages like slide in a Lucite
Okay.
thing. I mean, I don't know, maybe there's a better way to do it so that it's safe, but you could change it once a month if you wanted to.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So should we have things that, like you said, would tie into, like,
Mhm.
count the number of different cactus species or whatever?
Yeah, and you know, maybe there's a book that has to do with that, a kid's
Yeah.
book that has to do with that, and, you know, I don't know, one of those Javelina in the Desert ones, or I don't know, but.
Yeah, there's some sites online that actually make recommendations
Yes.
for books that are really good to have as a story walk.
Yeah.
They're usually, I think seems like they run between like 12 and 16 along the path
Yeah.
in terms of what the books are.
And it's
You can
not
make 'em in
super
big-
far, so kids can do it, you know,
Yeah.
so grandma can walk with the little guy, and, you know, it's not like you're walking a half a mile in between each little page station. So, I don't know, I just thought it was pretty cool.
I'll comment also, I absolutely love it, and I'm picturing some sort of partnership, maybe kindergarten or like first grade, and I'm picturing them like kind of leading,
Yeah,
walks as like
Yeah.
student guides, you
yeah.
know.
I mean, we could intergenerational and have people from Loloma out there with them.
For sure.
Yeah,
I don't
How
know.
cool would that be?
Yeah,
Great idea, I love it.
might be a good project too to, pull teen council in
Yeah.
on in terms of
Yeah.
helping with.
Right on, give them a lot of responsibility
Yeah.
with it.
yeah.
Commissioner Gertz?
I think it's closely enough related to this that I can ask it. Is there, because people from Loma might want to use this, there's a planned time of the pathways to Loma on the hilltop into like the
As in
retirement
cart
areas?
paths?
No, like walking paths.
I don't think we've gotten that
It's,
far.
yeah, it's
It's
really
a-
conceptual right
Way
now.
too early,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
But it's a great point to raise in the sense that like giving them that opportunity, for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
But me?
Of course.
So I'm super familiar with these as well. The park in my neighborhood, Paloma Park, which is a new park developed in North Peoria, they did the story walk around the community lake, and we frequent the Paloma Park quite often, just with the kids as sports. My daughter loves this. She loves to walk around because they change it out every couple months or every month. City of Peoria did a great job with that, and it's a fun, interactive thing to do with the kids. You know, my son can be fishing at the community lake while, you know,
Yeah.
mom and my daughter are walking around reading the books on the story walk. So I love this idea. I think it's a good way to get the kids interacting with the community, and I'm all for it as well.
Right on. I guess maybe take a trip. Maybe me and you could do the walk together.
Just go to Pine
Yeah.
Top.
I'll flap my hands from one side to the other.
Oh, that's funny. And then there was one about rhyming words, and we're trying to come up with all these rhyming words. So it's, you know, you can do other stuff besides just reading to make it interactive with where you are.
Right on.
Seems even if it's not necessarily something that ends up going up on the hilltop, could still,
Could
no
be
matter what,
somewhere
we can
around
put it
the lake.
anywhere. It's something
You know?
that would be a great addition to the city.
Yeah, I just thought the hill was perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So much opportunity on that hill for really cool stuff that we haven't really done
Yeah.
before. Are there any other questions? Thank you very much.
Yeah. Keep it in our little brains.
For sure. Commissioner report on current events. Holy cow.
Mhm.
This is the time commissioners may present a brief summary on current events. The commission may not propose, discuss, deliberate, or take any legal action on the information presented pursuant to ARS 38-431.02. Commissioner Faith?
No, nothing to report.
Okay. Vice Chair Phillips?
I don't have anything either.
Do not have anything to report.
I'll just say two things really quick. One, looking forward to getting out and volunteering with the triathlon, with the youth triathlon, it's Sunday, 6 a.m.,
Yes.
right? Sunday, 6 a.m.?
Yep.
Mhm. 15th.
My job last year was when they got off the run portion, I had to encourage them not to run with their bike, but they couldn't get on their bike until they cleared the parking lot. So I was the guy who was like, don't run, and they would just walk swiftly to where they could get on their bike for the riding part.
I forgot, I guided them out of the pool into the,
Yep.
into the
Hey,
bike area.
Sunday mornings are fun to get out there, and the kids get so into it, man. It's fun to watch. Fun to watch. And I'll also say, even though the weather's been like awful and, you know, we just haven't had the kind of rain that we all wish we would, the grounds look great. The pathway that runs parallel, well, I guess the parking lot between the two Litchfield roads, the pathway right next to Scout that runs north up to La Loma was just done, and it looks great. It makes for such a nice evening walk with the dogs, or if you're just going out for a walk yourself. Thank you for that. And that's all I have. I feel like we should put a few more things on the agenda now, because it's just been so fast. Commissioner Gritz?
Set a
We're
record.
gonna make a motion to adjourn. I think the next item on the agenda. Oh, no, it's referral to city council. I'm so sorry. My mistake.
I don't believe we have anything to refer to city council. So,
In that case, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
are there any questions? All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? We are adjourned.